Alright, so here's the deal, chat. I had a different April Fool's video that I was working on, but I got distracted by the last video I put out, which you should watch if you haven't already. It was about a fucking scammer, and it's, like, not fun. But I wanted to do something for April Fools because I love April Fools, and I've always loved April Fools. I understand there are a lot of April Fools haters. I understand this sentiment because a lot of people make it horrible and like take pranks way too far and stuff, but I love an excuse for a harmless prank and funny laugh, funny joke. And it's also an excuse to make really low effort content. So for me, it's like a free pass to not try on a video. So I wanted to put something out. Um, and I figured what's more not trying than a tier list of the dishes. So here's my tier list of doing dishes. Let's do a random one and then I'll keep going, okay? All right, plate. Perfect starting place. We got this plate. So plate's a pretty solid B tier, I think. Like if a solid middle tier, it's a plate. It's just fine. It's easy to wash. It's a flat surface. You go around it with the sponge like once, you wash it for a few seconds, and then you lean it up against the wall. And they stack so they don't take up a lot of room on the drying rack. Just a good, solid B. And we got bowls. Bowls, of course, there's like different kinds of bowls, but I'm lumping them all in one category. Do I like bowls more or less than plates? Like washing them? I guess I like them a little less because they take up more room on the drying rack. You can only lean one bowl up against a wall. You can't like stack them because then the bowls are not getting dry. They're just dripping onto the other bowls, whereas plates are so vertical they don't do that. So yeah, bowls take up more room. I like them less. But they're still fine. They're easy enough to wash. You do dishes, you know what a bowl is. Knives. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do all the silverware together because I have opinions on silverware. This fucker. Can you guess where this fucker goes? It's F tier, baby. Anyone who's ever done the dishes ever knows that that's an F tier thing to wash. The mixer. Oh, trying to get between the little blades is the wrong word. The little metal parts, and it always gets clumped up in the middle at the edge and you can't get it. It's so frustrating. I hate it very much. Very, very bad. Let's see. Oh, pan. You may notice the pan is giant and like doesn't fit in the tier list. That's to represent how pans are giant and don't fit in my fucking sink or my drying rack. I live in an apartment. I don't have room. F tier, pan. You're taking up too much room. I can't put other dishes in the dish. All right. Let's see. What's this? Oh, big water bottle. Big water bottle, also bad because it's big. Not quite as big or take up quite as much room as a pan. Still F tier because, like, okay, water bottles, like the big ones, when I wash them, I get paranoid, right? I'm constantly thinking about, like, where I'm going to drink water from it. I have to make sure that every trace of soap is gone, which I know should be the case for like other cups and dishes too. Like you eat and drink from them. But I don't know, something about water bottles, it freaks me out more. I have to clean it like 5 times before I feel clean and safe to drink from it. It's annoying. Mugs, on the other hand, I should have that problem, but I simply do not. Mugs are perfect. I love them. They're so easy. They're so easy to clean. You put the sponge around the rim. You do a quick swipe, and if you were drinking something like hot chocolate or some other thick liquid, then you like do a thing you do a swipe at the bottom to make sure that there's no little pieces at the bottom, and then you wash it out, and it's easy, and they are lovely. They don't stack, but they're not huge, so they don't take up a lot of room. And they're very satisfying to line up in a row where you like if you rotate so that the handles face different directions. It's just nice. You can fit many of them and it looks good. I like mugs. I enjoy mugs. Um, Pots, also terrible, but I'm not going to put them all the way down with pans, and here's why. So pots, are an excuse to not do dishes for a little while. um because when there's a pot, it's usually really dirty. You don't usually have a pot that's just like, oh, it just needs a quick rinse, because like if that's the case, then what you were using it for was probably just boiling water. And if that's the case, you don't need to wash it at all. You can just reuse it. It's fine. And like if you just like heat up soup in a pot, then if you just like literally wash it with water right after you're done with the soup, it's clean. You can just use it again. Don't fight me on this. You don't have to put soap every single time. It's fine. But if you're cleaning a pot, it's probably dirty. There's probably chunks or stuff dried to it or whatever. And like it's like gonna take some scrubbing. So you can fill it with hot water and then leave it for a while to like, you know, loosen up this stuff and dissolve anything in there. And that's great, because that means that if I'm like, oh, I don't want to do dishes, well, there are pots I need to wash. I'll just fill them with hot water so that they can be easier to clean, and I'll come back later. That's why pots get a C tier, but they are still big and bulky and take up my whole drying rack, so no higher than that. Okay, I guess I'll do silverware now. I always do silverware last because I hate it. Um, but not all the same. Forks are pretty bad. Forks, they've got gaps in between, and that's really annoying. So the reason I do silverware last is because I feel like my brain wants to be efficient. So I don't want to, what I want to do is scrub down all the silverware individually, you know, like make sure there's no stuff on them, and then get them all in a bundle and wash them under the water. It feels like that should work. I feel like I shouldn't have to wash every single one individually, but like I do. And forks are the reason why. I don't know, it just, the fucking stuff, the soap gets in between the little spaces and doesn't come out. And then the fork is still dirty. And then I have to wash it again. And it's annoying and I don't like it. C tier. Also, they get dirty so fast because they're like the thing that you use the most, or at least I use the most. If you're a freak, you might use a spoon more often, but I'm a normal person, so that's a lie, I'm not normal. But like, it's like, oh, yeah, I've got 5 forks, 5 spoons, and 5 knives. And then like after 2 days, all of the forks are dirty and nothing else. So intrinsically, I hate them. Spoons are differently terrible. You know the reason why spoons are bad. It's because when you put the spoon under the faucet, the water shoots up and hits you. This is a universal experience. Everyone has done it. It is the worst. It's awful. But honestly, if you get used to that, like if you hit yourself enough times with water, you stop fucking doing it. You realize the error of your ways. So I'm gonna put spoons at a cautious B or C tier. I think they'll still go in C tier. But like, I don't know, given the option, a spoon is still easier to clean than a fork. It's still like one surface as opposed to a fork with these tiny little gaps in it. All right, knives are the best. Honestly, B or A tier. I think I might put them in A tier. This is butter knives specifically. Other knives are separate. Butter knives are great. That's a stick. That's one surface. It's so easy to clean. You swipe this sponge across it in one smooth motion, your knife is clean. And usually they have just used butter. So all you gotta do is use the rough end of the sponge to make sure that the butter gets off. And like, that's it. You're done. You know, it's just a knife. It's like simple. It's clean. You can do the thing where you scrub them all down and then wash them in a bundle as long as they're all vertical. You can do that, and it saves time, and I enjoy them. They're very easy to do, but they don't get dirty that much, so I feel like I do them less. Sharp knives, on the other hand, man, sharp knives are pretty bad. For obvious reasons, it's a knife. The reason why I have trauma is not the word. I was gonna say it jokingly, but I feel like a knife is something that people would have real trauma about. I used to work at a frozen yogurt shop, and doing the dishes was a job that I would do, and they always had the big sink, like full of suds, just pure suds. You could not see underneath what you were grabbing to wash. This was an issue because we had these big knives, and people would reach down in there not able to see anything under the water and grab them, and you could cut yourself on them. And like, again, this was a frozen yogurt shop, so you're not supposed to be bleeding because you're serving food to people. I don't know. F tier. F tier for big knives. I don't... Why? Oh, you're behind the water bottle. It's fine. I don't like big knives. I don't like washing them. I'm not like scared of them. I'm fine using them, but washing them, it just reminds me of those days, you know? All right, cups. These are the last two. This is a short video. Cups are fine. Asterisk. This is differently from mugs in that I'm thinking of cups with lids. Like, you know, just a cup with a lid. Cup with a lid, normally, basically fine. It's like a mug, but with a little more effort because you have to unscrew the lid and then you have to wash the lid separately from the cup. But like, it's still fine. That's not that hard. It's like a mug with one extra step. However, straws, which I am counting differently from the actual cup with a lid because you have to wash them separately, are F tier. I hate washing straws. There are straw cleaners. Please tell me where to get them. I can't find them at the grocery store. I don't know where to get them, and I need one. I drink a lot of milk and like hot chocolate and shit, and that shit gets in the inside of the straw in the middle, and just water is not washing it out, especially if I like don't wash it immediately because, you know, I'm lazy and it's like right before bedtime. So I have a glass of something and then I leave it by my bedside. I get up in the morning. Now there's dried milk on the inside of the straw, and I cannot be confident that it is clean just running water through it. I desperately need one of those straw cleaner things. I hate it. I've like tried rolling up paper towels into very thin like rolls so that I can shove them down the straw and make sure that it's actually clean in there. Please send help. And finally, you may notice that S tier is empty. That's because this is doing the dishes. There is no S tier. Doing the dishes is bad. What are you, crazy? Alright, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it.